We actually begin with the positive. Talk about if you see something, say something. So many people called Crime Stoppers with tips about the brutal mistaken identity killing of 15-year-old Lisandro Jr. Guzman Feliz. The NYPD had to add extra operators. The young man everyone knew as Junior was a well-known, well-liked police explorer, an aspiring detective, and now actual detectives have gotten results. Daniel Fernandez, Doniki Martinez, Jose Muniz, Jose Taveras, Manuel Rivera, and Santiago Rodriguez. They're the 6 young men who detectives and prosecutors say are waiting to be extradited to the Bronx from Paterson, New Jersey, where they were arrested this weekend. Also in the Bronx, their alleged accomplice, Kevin Alvarez, is scheduled to appear before a judge on murder charges. The 6 others have their extradition hearing tomorrow in North Jersey. It's where some of them allegedly sped to in cars last Wednesday night. After a scene so brutal, we can't show you all of the in-store surveillance video. As cell phone video taken by a neighbor shows, though, Guzman Feliz was stabbed repeatedly with knives and a machete by accused Trinitario gang members. They apparently mistook him for another teen who was seen in a sex video with the sister of one of the gang members, according to detectives. The outpouring of support outside the 183rd Street bodega where the murder took place is enormous and still growing. And at Junior Guzman Feliz's home, Carmelo Anthony and his wife Lala visited the mother of the slain New York Knicks fan and gave her 2 Carmelo New York Knicks jerseys. Pop music star Rihanna made a tribute to the slain teen on her Instagram page, and Bronx native hip-hop star Cardi B donated $8,000 of the nearly $200,000 on the GoFundMe page to pay for Guzman Feliz's funeral. And Carmelo and Lala Anthony also brought a pair of basketball shoes to this young man's family. We are also told by law enforcement sources that this remains an ongoing investigation. More arrests could be pending in this case. We will, of course, keep you updated right up to the minute, as always. Right now, reporting live from outside criminal court in the Bronx, I'm James Ford, Pix 11 News.
Hi there, guys. We are in the area where Junior was.
Okay, sorry about the little, it kind of ran over into the next segment, but that was the part. I didn't want y'all to hear that part. Just wanted y'all to hear the first part. So I found out about this little update last night on Instagram and said I would make a video following up about it, because in case y'all didn't know, a couple nights ago I did a live stream. It was about an hour long, just basically talking about this story. If you didn't get a chance to check it out, I'll leave the link in the description so you can go ahead and go over there and check that out. It's a very, very, very brutal story, and I wish I did not have to have the displeasure of having to even come across the video of the actual event happening. You don't have to worry about it, because when I do my live stream, I didn't play the video in the live stream. It was too much, and I probably would have had to age restrict the live stream had I did it, but I didn't play it in there. But yeah, it's a really fucked up situation. Like, it really is. And I know a lot of people are going to say, and I actually saw somebody had actually leave that in the comment section. They was like, as you know, it's very unfortunate that this happened and everything like that, but this is not our problem and everything like that, because technically, you know, they quote unquote identified him, and probably most likely the guys who killed him, as Dominican and everything like that. And I said I could have easily ignored the story, but I was like, it was just too brutal for me not to talk about. It just really was. It's just the one thing that is unfortunate though is that, and this is not me like going after this story and everything like that, but this could also be blamed on the media as well, is that Antoine Rose, his funeral was yesterday. Antoine Rose's funeral was yesterday, I believe it was, or the day before yesterday. And you barely heard about it unless you were local. You barely heard about it. And Antoine Rose was killed by that cop before Junior, as they called him, was killed by these what we now know to believe as a gang members. And you know, his got a little bit more attention, I guess, because it had bigger sensational value because of the brutality of it, and because I guess people say, oh, we've seen so many excuse me, unarmed black people get shot by the cops so many times, we're so used to it, but we're not used to seeing a teen get hacked to death in a bodega. So it's almost like it's almost like it has one has more sensational value than the other, but I don't want to like put it like that. But unfortunately, that is what it has become. Because I've seen a lot of people saying I've never seen anything like that happen before. It's even from other people who live in the New York or tri-state area. I mean, I'm glad that they found the guys, and I have a feeling that it's going to turn into first 48. Somebody's going to snitch on somebody else. Names are going to be given like crazy because somebody's going to take a plea deal, someone's going to take a plea bargain. Now, before I end the video, the one main culprit that they need to arrest in this entire situation is the sister of whichever guy this is. They need to arrest her because it all goes back to him. Now, I tried to find a picture of the sister, but I did find out her name. Her name is Stephanie Ascaro or something like that. And I read something that said to the effect that she was having sex with the boy that they were supposed to be looking for, who was her boyfriend, who put that tape out there. And it said that she knew Junior from the NYPD Explorers program because that's where they met. So she knew him. And what happened was she knew that this Junior looked slightly like her boyfriend, and the boyfriend put that tape out there, that video out there of her having, you know, sex and whatnot on Facebook. And to protect her boyfriend, she ended up name dropping Junior and giving up his identity to these gang members, or her brother, and who also was a part of the gang, and that's who they ended up going to look for. So to protect her boyfriend's neck, she gave up somebody else, and now an innocent person is dead. And they also need to look into that person with the whole $5 thing about the friend saying come downstairs, something about $5. I think that was a setup as well to get him to come downstairs, you know, so they could attack him, because there's no coincidence he comes downstairs with his $5. The friend isn't there, but then he's greeted by these 6 individuals right here. So they need to find and arrest that sister, that thought of a sister, and they need to find and arrest that friend and bring them in for questioning. Because that sister, if what I said is true, if what I read about that is true, she is definitely the main cause to all of this happening. Y'all let me know what you think down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. I'll talk to you in the next one.